3, 2, 1, go!
Fucking It was due to feces. Feces. It was due to feces.
Three, two, one, go! Three, two, one, go!
You can think of the vaccine as protection against COVID.
When you hear the term suicide mouse, the first thing you'll most likely think of is what's considered the forefather of lost episode creepypastas. If you've never heard of the story, then allow me to fill you in. The creepypasta goes into detail about a supposedly lost Mickey Mouse short from the 1920s era, showing the titular character, Mickey Mouse, walking down the street. Mickey has his hands behind his back, and has sort of a dismal look on his face. Random piano keys can also be heard in the scene. This goes on for about 3 minutes, then the screen goes to black for another 3 minutes and comes back, but now Mickey is smiling and distorted screaming can be heard instead of the piano. The short ends with the classic Mickey Mouse face, and Russian text it translates to, "The sights of hell bring its viewers back in." Now I know what you're going to say.
It's just a creepypasta. This can't be real, right?
Well, what if I were to tell you that there is at least a possibility that a short like this could have existed at one point? In this video, I will be gathering information on the animation industry from the 1920s and even 1930s, Disney, other studios, and even some on the mouse himself. But before we begin, I must pressure one thing. Creepypasta stories are typically written by other individuals as an attempt to make a scary story. But this leads me to my first point. Most people say it's not real because of the creepypasta story. While most creepypastas are fake and are written to be creepypastas, there are stories that are adapted from genuine urban legends. For example, username 666 is an internet urban legend about a demonic YouTube account. This is another example of an urban legend that was adapted into a creepypasta. So we shouldn't discredit the legend just because a creepypasta was written about it. The legend came first and the pasta came second. In fact, Suicide Mouse was not the original name for the urban legend. Most refer to it as Mickey Goes to Hell or Mickey Mouse in Hell, before the creepypasta version was even made. But why would Walt Disney even make a short with its mascot in hell? They're known for their family-friendly films and characters like Snow White, Frozen, Wreck-It Ralph, Moana, The Little Mermaid, etc. It doesn't make sense that they would make something of this nature. Well, that's because we're focusing on what Disney is now rather than what they were. Yes, I know the already mentioned Snow White was released in the 1940s, but I'm going even further back to before Disney made theatrical films. During the 1920s and 1930s, studios like Disney and Fleischer made shorts to show before a picture or film in theaters. Shorts of this nature are still made today, but typically for animated films by the same company. But since these shorts were shown before live-action films and sometimes even films aimed at older audiences, the nature of these shorts were aimed more towards adults, which is why many of these shorts were notorious for using sexual content, cigarettes and cigars, alcohol, realistic guns that were even fired at other characters, and in some cases, death.
You gotta say, a fag, a pipe, nail, weed, rope, chaw, cigar, or snuffer, or anything, just anything.
Most cartoons these days can't do any of that because they're either aimed at kids or put on a network that had kids as their target demographic, like Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network. And the only exceptions come from adult cartoons, internet animations, and Japanese anime, as they're more aimed towards an older audience. But would we go as far as to have a character in hell for the basis of a short? Yes, in fact, multiple times. Examples include Swing You Sinners by Fleischer Studios, which features a character running from a cop after terrorizing a chicken coop and entering a graveyard as an attempt at escaping the officer. The graveyard then begins springing to life to harass him, saying how he must pay for his sins and that his time has come.
Get ready, brother.
The short ends with him being chased by monsters and running into a cave where he falls into a pit and is swallowed by a massive skull. And then, that's it. The short ends with the character most likely in hell. No dream sequence, no forgiveness, just hell. Another later example would be the 1949 Tom and Jerry short, Heavenly Puss. In this short, Tom ends up dying and entering heaven, only to be denied entry for harassing Jerry. To enter heaven, he must return down to Earth and get Jerry to sign a contract as proof for his forgiveness. If he doesn't, then he'll be dragged down to hell. After some pleading and begging, Jerry signs the contract, but it's too late. Tom is pulled down to hell but wakes up moments later realizing it was just a dream. And even though most TV animation is more censored, there was another case of a character being sent to hell. This example comes from Rocco's Modern Life in the episode To Heck and Back. At Chokey's Chicken, Rocco's friend Heifer orders a large amount of food. As Rocco shows concern for Heifer's eating, the cow begins choking on some chicken. He dies and his spirit rises up to heaven. Well, almost. As Heifer sees a sandwich fly by, he tries to move himself towards the food, only for his wings to disappear and his body to drop down to heck. This is where the character Beaches educates Heifer on gluttony, one of the 7 deadly sins. He wakes up only to find out it was all a dream, but ends up repeating the same mistake as if it was an endless cycle. Even the sign to heck is spelled like hell, but with a C and K painted over it, so it's clear that the idea of a character going to hell in cartoons isn't too far off. But would Disney themselves make a short of this nature? Well, they did once in the 1935 short Pluto's Judgment Day. This short shows Pluto chasing a cat. Mickey stops him and begins scolding Pluto, calling him a bully and saying that he'll pay for it in his Judgment Day. Pluto then lays down, angered at Mickey, and falls asleep. During this slumber, a cat's spirit opens the door and calls for Pluto's attention. Pluto's spirit leaves his body while asleep, similar to the concept of astral projection. The cat then mocks Pluto and then he proceeds to chase him. But the cat tricks Pluto as he's swallowed by a giant cat statue and he slides down to hell. He's then restrained and is surrounded by chanting cats as an even larger cat in a red cloak appears in front of him, calling him public enemy number 1, and puts him in trial for his crimes against cats. He's then shown other cats that unfortunately died due to Pluto's persistent chasing. One example being a round cat who recounts to the court about how he was bullied by Pluto for his size and is chased towards a steamroller where he is flattened. Another example is a cat that is strapped down to a wheelchair due to how mentally unstable he has become because of Pluto's actions. He's found guilty by the jury and then is strapped down to a chair that is being dropped down into a pit of fire. But right before it drops, Pluto wakes up realizing it was all a dream and atones for his mistakes. So yeah, not only is it possible for Disney to make a short about one of their characters being sent to hell, but it's already happened. Yes, I realize the material in Suicide Mouse and Pluto's Judgment Day are completely different, and that leads me to my next point. While being a creepypasta does not at all discredit the idea of the legend, it does discredit one thing: how the short is set up. You see, back when Mickey Goes to Hell was just an urban legend, no one knew its contents nor its story. What we've read in the creepypasta and in fan-made animations was made for the story. If Mickey Goes to Hell was at all real, it would most likely be more humor-based and have a happier ending, much like Pluto's Judgment Day. But if this short did exist, that just leaves one more question. Why would Mickey be sent to hell in the first place? He's such a kind-hearted and caring soul. Well, that wasn't always the case. In fact, back when Mickey made his debut in the short Plain Crazy, he was actually disliked by viewers who said his personality was dislikable and too similar to other characters at the time. So what was different? Well, back when Mickey was first created, he was more mischievous and in some cases, perverted. In the short Plain Crazy, Mickey takes Minnie for a plane ride. While in the air, he tries to force Minnie to kiss him. Yeah, not the same mouse we know today. But it was the negative feedback and the existence of an already angry character, Donald Duck, that helped shape Mickey's personality to what it is now. But there's one more thing I'd like to go over. This isn't the only urban legend that revolves around a lost black and white Mickey Mouse short. Another is the legend of the Mickey and Minnie sex tape. The story goes as so. 2 animators working for Disney decide to make a cartoon about Mickey and Minnie having sex as a gift for Walt Disney's 34th birthday. He laughs Laughs with everyone else and asks who made the short. The two animators revealed themselves, thinking the laughter will continue. On the contrary, they're fired instantly, and Walt demanded that the short was destroyed. Much like Mickey Goes to Hell, there isn't much evidence that proves that this short was real, though many people believe this story more than the Hell short for two reasons. The first is once again the "it's a creepypasta" arguments, and two, the short was made as a joke and wasn't meant to be shown to the public. The urban legend of Mickey Goes to Hell doesn't even detail why the short was made in the first place. But if this short was real as the urban legend claims, then where is it? Well, there is a number of possibilities. One is that Walt Disney didn't want to send his mascot to hell. Pluto was fine, but only because he wasn't a mascot of Disney and actually had a reason to be sent to hell, unlike the kind-hearted Mickey, who also represents the Walt Disney Company as their stable icon. Two is that the short was scrapped during development in favor of another short. This happens more than you think, especially with seasonal shows like what we have today. Three is that the short was made and even shown to audiences and simply became lost and forgotten like many other shorts and characters from that time. Hell, maybe even Disney hid it away due to its nature. Four is that the urban legend is false and a short called Mickey Mouse in Hell was never put in production. Or another possibility is that five, the original idea was scrapped but was repurposed for Pluto's Judgment Day, as the short has a similar premise. This would make sense as cats don't like mice, and one of Mickey's rivals is Pete, a large cat. In fact, the size of the cat in Pluto's Judgment Day is similar to Pete's. But with that being said, we'll never know. Though we know now that it's at least possible considering the history of Hell-based shorts and episodes, Mickey's old persona, and Pluto's Judgment Day, but we still don't have enough evidence to say whether or not the story is real. I guess that's up to you to decide. We will probably never know considering how old the short could be and Disney's tight grip on their content, but it's at least interesting to think about.
Outplayed. Capture your best gaming moments.
House.avi, and this was uploaded by Gorix, and this was uploaded on February 27th.
Let's say you had an awesome play.
Three, two, one, go!
Haven't played Crossout before? Now is the time. Crossout is a free action-packed game where you craft, ride, and destroy.
Three, two, one, go!
Augusta University is 1 out of 10 schools in the world.
Warning! The following video is over-exaggerated. Most opinions shared aren't accurate to my thoughts and feelings. Building this was basically a dream come true. Let's just be honest. Basically a dream come true. Let's just be honest. The front of this box is really boring. It's just a block. As cool as this is, why is the Lego set built inside a question mark block? Speaking of questions, why was this block used when it's not in Super Mario 64 to begin with? I love the website's description. Peach's Castle, Bob-Omb Battlefield, Cool Mountain, in Lethal Lava, Trouble. Not land, it's trouble now. The same mistake is found further down the page too. Oh, come on! We're back to the manual again! What happened to the convenient mobile app? You can technically get a PDF of the book, but you can't move the instructions around in 3D. That's really too bad. Celebrating Mario 64, a gold banner. Where have I seen this before? You can't tell me that this guy in the green shirt isn't Aaron Hansen in some random alternate universe. Mario takes a high-velocity shortcut across the bridge. The cannon? I guess that's one way to put it. Here we go to Cool Mountain. From high atop the mountain summit to Snowman's Land. Funny enough, Snowman's Land is an actual stage in the game. You can't show me a picture of the Cool Mountain snowman and assume that you'll fool us. Mario must push the bullies off the platform. Again, that's wrong. You literally can't push them. You must jump kick, or ground pound them. It's Bowser, Mario's powerful nemesis. Yeah, the same guy that can get thrown hundreds of feet through the air from a chunky plumber. The question mark block, an iconic staple of the Super Mario series, didn't appear in Super Mario 64. Wait a second. You were fully aware of that from the get-go and still went with it as the final design? I just, what? The minifigures are adorable, but an actual full set of these levels would have been even cooler. Mario is just 3 tiny pieces with a mustache drawn on. The best, worst Mario I've ever seen in my life. Okay, but for real, why does he look like a gnome? He's not a gnoblin. He's not a gnelf, not even a gnome. He's a Gamario. Then you've got Peach, which is just 2 blocks and a thin block for the ponytail in the back. Perfection. They made Yoshi bigger than Mario for some reason, but hey, at least you can finally ride him. Well, you can ride the top of his head, at least. The tiny paintings inside the castle are amazing, but this is not at all what the actual game layout looks like. Not even close. Nice try, but the floating island is being held up by the transparent stick. Got him! You can't fool me, Lego. It's not actually floating. Imagine if King Bob-Omb was actually scaled this big in the game. He would be so much more difficult. I like how the baby penguin is basically the same size as the mama penguin. Also, I can't throw the baby penguin off a ledge anymore because Mario doesn't have arms. I mean, I guess I can do it if I want, but it's just not the same. It's really strange how the eyeball and King Bob-Omb were made into little spears, but the big bully isn't. It's a really weird inconsistency. The Bowser puzzle pieces are a great touch, but they don't actually move. Boo. Over 2,000 pieces, and most of them are dedicated to the question mark block. I kind of hate that. I can't even BLJ. I can't believe this. I'm gonna go complain now. Wow. What is going on with this Lego piece? It doesn't want to go in. A lot of the steps tell you to collect multiple pieces to build all at once, and then add that to a bigger structure. That makes a lot of sense. And then there's step 95. This one tells me to get this piece twice. Thank you, thank you. Bowser is too cute for his own good. I mean, just look at him. 64 pieces, huh? You think you're so clever, don't you? You are. I'll admit it, you are. I just want to point out that this log moves. Yep, they actually made the log move. I'm trying to use my imagination here, but this hardly counts as a Lekatu. Lego Mario can now throw Bowser without arms. Bowser should really find a new career at this point. I would just give up. There's a secret way to make small Luigi. Just replace the red piece with the green one that's the exact same size, and boom, Luigi is real. So you can get power stars with normal Lego Mario and Luigi, and while that's kind of cool, it doesn't seem to work that well. I gotta be honest, this is the most fun I have ever had building a Lego set, especially a Lego Mario set. It's too bad it's a minifigure and it's still a little too expensive for most people, but this thing is freaking awesome. And honestly, I just want to play Mario 64 now. Oh, Nintendo. I don't have time to make a skit with Lego Mario and Lego Luigi. So what we're doing today is I'll be showcasing Lego Mario 64. Mario 64. Is that the name? I don't even know what we're going to call it. But here's the mod. I've barely seen it. All I've seen is just this Mario. I love him. I mean, come on. How can you not love this? He's fantastic. And basically, this is a mini hack. It's only 5 stars. And the goal here is to just get all the stars. So I'm going to go ahead and check out everything. The only reference material he had was based off the website. So he really followed this like to a T. You know, he did a pretty damn good job making sure this is as accurate as possible. It's not perfect. Oh, bully fight. Okay. So I guess that's going to be one of the stars. All right, well, this ought to be pretty easy. I can't imagine this is going to take that long. So there you have it. There's the star. Very cool. I also love how he kept the peace sign. That's really funny. But anyway, okay, so I guess that's definitely the lava land. Let's see what else we have. So now we're going to go ahead and go into Bob-O Battlefield. It's so tiny. I do wish that the Chain Chomp was here. That would have been, you know, a nice little feature. But, you know, again, we wanted to try to stick with the Lego aesthetic. Wow, that actually works. Okay. Well, there you have it. Star number 2. Also, the entire question mark block is modeled, although I don't believe there's any use for it. I was kind of messing around with it earlier, and I didn't really see a good use. All right, let's go. You know, let's go and check out Cool Cool Mountain. This is basically just climbing up, like, the slide. I guess, I'm assuming the star is going to be up here. Yes, okay. All right, well, that was pretty easy. So let's see what's next. I'm guessing it's going to have to be in Peach's Castle, right? That's probably where the star is going to be, because we've gotten one in every other area. Ooh, Peach. And they even made Peach exactly the same as well, with the super straight ponytail. Can I talk? Tell me I'm a pretty princess. You are a pretty princess, Peach. Yo, let's go. That's how we get the star. That's hilarious, dude. I love that so much. All right, awesome. So one more star. I have no idea where it's going to be. It is way back there. That is not an easy spot. I'm actually not sure I'm going to reach that. Let's try this. Is that going to work? That's going to work. There you have it. And that is the entire hack right there. That is Lego Mario 64, Mario 64. And that's it. There's no ending cutscene or anything. That's the entire thing. So if you want to go check it out for yourself, you can go to, I believe, K's Clips thing. That's the Mario 64. So now we're going to just twice. You can technically get a PDF of the book, but you can't move the instructions around in 3D. That's really too bad. Celebrating Mario 64, a gold banner. Where have I seen this before? You can't tell me that this guy in the green shirt isn't Aaron Hansen in some random alternate universe. Mario takes a high-velocity shortcut across the bridge. The cannon? I guess that's one way to put it. Here we go to Cool Cool Mountain. From high atop the mountain summit to Snowman's Land. Funny enough, Snowman's Land is an actual stage in the game. You can't show me a picture of the Cool Cool Mountain snowman and assume that you'll fool us. Mario must push the bullies off the platform. Again, that's wrong. You literally can't push them. You must jump kick, or ground pound them. It's Bowser, Mario's powerful nemesis. Yeah, the same guy that can get thrown hundreds of feet through the air from a chunky plumber. The question mark block, an iconic staple of the Super Mario series, didn't appear in Super Mario 64. Wait a second. You were fully aware of that from the get-go and still went with it as the final design? I just, what? The minifigures are adorable, but an actual full set of these levels would have been even cooler. Mario is just 3 tiny pieces with a mustache drawn on. The best, worst Mario I've ever seen in my life. Okay, but for real, why does he look...
you